Hello, mobsters. This is Tracy K. Wood coming at you again from Penthouse Lounge. I'm inside this week, sitting on this cozy couch. What was the name of that show? The Big Comfy Couch. That's what I'm sitting on. This week at the end of the show, I got a surprise guest you're going to get to meet. Yep. Bugsy. You're going to get right here and meet him in person. Okay, right to the questions. Darren from Michigan says, "Hi Tracy, recently I had a seller call and ask if I was a licensee, and I said no. Also, she asked if I was with the Better Business Bureau, and I said no. So she said she'd call back. How would you answer those questions?" Well, Darren, first of all, just a little tip for you about conversations and pre-screening sellers. You should be controlling the conversation from the minute the phone rings. So yes, you might get, some sellers who want to ask you a little background information about yourself. We'll address the first one. If you're a licensee and you say no, that's okay. You don't have to be a licensee to buy their house. So you can maybe explain that briefly to them that, no, ma'am, I'm not a licensee, but I am interested in buying your house. And that'll squash that one. If you're with the Better Business Bureau, I get this small percentage of the time. Most of the time they don't ask. They just go look to see if you're a member of the Better Business Bureau. So it might be a good idea to become a member of the Better Business Bureau, so at least you have a listing. By the way, anybody that's listed under the Better Business Bureau, it's all paid membership. So I don't know why consumers use the Better Business Bureau as a referral source, but they do. And it's just as easy to get your name listed with the BBB. Just call them and pay your annual membership and become a member. But when you're pre-screening the sellers, get into the practice of controlling the conversation. You ask the questions and they give you the answers. I'm sure you will get questions like that, and always just tell them the truth. If you're new, you can say, I just got started in this business and haven't yet got my membership established with the Better Business Bureau. Something like that. But don't let them hang up because of those answers. Move right into the question about their property and how you can help them. Robert Jackson in Florida, he asked me a question 2 weeks ago about the FHA mortgage, and he came back this week and says, following up regarding FHA mortgage requirements, did I hear you say if the seller is going to make over 20% profit within the first 90 days, then 2 FHA appraisals will solve this issue? If you did say this, are you real sure? Well, I did not say, Robert, that it would solve the issue. I said it was a requirement for FHA. They are going to require 2 appraisals if you are flipping the property within 90 days and there's more than 20% profit made. It's really up to the lender and the appraiser at that point whether or not they approve the loan based on the documentation you provide as far as rehab and what you've done to the property to improve it and increase the value of the property substantially enough to make 20% profit. So it won't solve the issue. It will just be a requirement. That is one of their stipulations. Question from Kim. I mentioned last week that I can help you with the website, getting your website funnel going for buyers. And she said, how much do you charge for the website help, Tracy? Want to make a little money? I may hit you up for that because that will get me one step closer to doing this on my own. And by the way, she loved the parasailer and the reflection. So I had to play the video back last week and look for that. I thought she was talking about Dan showing up in the mirror, but I saw the parasailer in the end of the video. That was cool. He was floating all over the place. Website help. Well, I don't do websites by trade, but I can help you get one started. It really depends on how much bells and whistles you want on your website. Depends on how much I would charge to help you get it set up. So if you're interested in a website, You can contact me through the website or send me an email to theflamingo@propertymob.com. And Kim, maybe we'll talk about that over breakfast or lunch one day. A question from Mike in Florida. He says, okay, should I just use the purchase and sale agreement I got from Ron LeGrand's course? Do I need to add anything to it that would be beneficial to me, like this contract does not expire until 30 days after seller vacates the property and provides a key? Ron LeGrand's purchase and sale agreement is very good. It is the one that I use. I have made some modifications to it to fit my business more specifically, but the clause what you're talking about is adding a clause to the contract that says you want the contract pretty much to start once they move out and give you a key to the property. And while that's a good idea to make the contract be effective once they provide you a key, I don't know about making them vacate. You know, a lot of times the seller needs money to move, and you have to close on the property before they're able to do that financially. But you can let the contract begin once they provide you a key to the property, and you can get buyers in there to start looking at it. There's always, you know, room for negotiations and stipulations like that for every contract, but that's a good one. But Ron LeGrand's contract, yeah, I know from being to nearly every event that he has held that his contracts are sealed tight. They go through attorneys and they're bulletproof, and I've even had one win a court case for me before with a lease option tenant buyer. So I know his contracts are right on point. I would definitely recommend any newbie using his. And then a comment, which is on the website, but I just wanted to read it to you because it's a good tip. It came from Darren, who is in Ohio. He says, I heard a great tip from another guru. He gives his sign person, talking about bandit sign people, a sheet where they write down the address or intersection where the signs are placed. He then has them take a digital photo of each sign that is placed. That way he can get proof that each sign was put out and he knows where they're placed. Good idea too for your bandit sign. If you don't want to get in the car and chase behind them and make sure the signs got put out, you can require that they take a digital photo of every sign that they put out. So good idea, Darren. Thanks for that. Good feedback for the people who are putting out bandit signs. That's all I have time for this week for the questions. So if you do ask a question, which you can do on the website, propertymob.com, you just go to the Ask a Question link on the right-hand side. You get a free download of the 7 Deadly Sins of Real Estate. And if you're a newbie, it's an awesome read. You can know the 7 mistakes that you don't want to make if you're out there wholesaling houses. So be sure to ask a question so you can get that free copy. My iPad's dinging. And that's it. Leave your comment about this video underneath. That is also good interaction. Like to see it. Oh yeah, and I want you to meet Dan before the time's up, okay? This is Dan, my husband. We're in business together. We like it. Anything to add, Dan? All right.
I got no mic, so they can't hear me.
Talk to the mic.
I'm Dan.
All right. See you next week at propertymob.com. Peace.